Hello, everyone. Once in a while, I love to do readings on a larger scale than just, what is someone's finances going to be or their state of their relationship. Sometimes I like to jump to bigger level things. So we have a lot of wildfires going out in California. Uh, we've got these earthquakes in Mexico, um, just natural disasters, hurricanes. So I want to ask what, excuse me, on a planetary level, what is going on? What do we have to know on a planetary level? I'm going to use my universal weight, which is my more serious deck. What do we have to know on a planetary level about what's going on our in our planet? So right now it's a period of strength, right? And the strength card talks about drawing on your inner strength, and also that can be physical strength too, and it's requiring us to be stronger in our everything. You know what? When you have natural disasters, you have to become strong people, and in a way, um, we have a lot of countries in this world that are poor and struggling, and we don't it you would think in modern times we would have a fix for this now. This is our modern age. We have technology in that, and you would think that times would be better. And yet this is interesting that we live in a country that right now our country is burning up and we have floods. America is not doing well right now. In fact, we could ask the question of the cards, what do we need to know about the natural disasters in America right now? And we can pull a card on that. This is always so interesting to me. Look at this. We financially, this is the Two of Pentacles. Financially, look at the waves in the back. Look at how this card really reflects what's going on. I mean, my gosh, the turbulence, the waves in the back. This card can be read on a multiple level. For one thing, our financial situation is crashing, okay? It's crashing. This is the card about balancing what comes in from what goes out. So we have a system of greed in our country right now that is going to destroy it financially. And then we have those big waves and the ships riding those big waves, which means there's more coming. Like, this could be earthquake and flood related, okay? So a lot of times we sit back and we see our government and things like that doing things, and we feel like we're the victims and we don't have control over it. But I never sit in a victim state. I always believe that there is something we can do. So we're going to ask the cards. We're going to stick to America for now. What can we do as just everyday people to make a difference or turn this situation where the country's headed around? Is there anything individually we can do? And we'll just go in and shuffle the cards however you like to shuffle them. Look at this. It's a battle, right? And he's got two different shoes on, so he wasn't really prepared for the battle. There again, you see more flooding. We're going to have, some kind of like massive flooding that's going to do a lot of damage here. But he is on top of it. He's on higher ground, and he's a fight. It's the fight energy. It's the battle energy. Don't put up with this crap. Do something. Take action. It's not just, oh, I think I'll just be passive, because then the full brunt of this will happen. So even though you can't control flooding and the weather and things like that, you can take action to help others, and you can take action. That is actually each individual. That card had one person in it. Every single action that each person individually takes leads to the collective success. So you don't have to be passive in that. And so we can ask, if we all, or a big majority of us, decide to take this action, what will be the result for the company or country? And when I say action, you're following your own intuition. Depending on what's going on and where you are, it's going to be different action for all of us. Okay, so what will be the result if we all become active and not passive for this country? Look at here. We're still going to go through some kind of devastation, all right? Whatever. This country, wow, this is death and devastation and, but in this devastation, there is light. There's yellow. There is hope. That yellow in all this devastation for this card is hope. So that means that even with all of our action that we're taking, we're still going to suffer a great loss. There's going to be a great loss with the Ten of Swords. So I always like to jump past the loss, because who wants to end on that note? Once we have that Ten of Swords moment, what will be the state of our country then? So we're going to jump past the big loss and see what the state is. Wow, we are big stuck, you guys. This is stuck. This is a sick country, the devil. This is big sick. This is big, big sick. So this message is, if we're going to need a lot of people taking action, this is a big sick. It's bondage. They're chained. The people are chained. It's a feeling of being trapped. So we're going to have to pay more attention to the laws that are being passed. Are we getting to where you can't move about freely? You know what I mean? It's like a state of almost imprisonment with that card. So when the devil card comes up, there again, I don't want to experience that in my reality. Is there something that I personally, or you personally, that we can do to help us change the energy of this? Because we want to have that hope. We don't want to think that we're headed for the devil. Look at this. It's our leadership. That's King of Cups. We have to have, our country is a direct reflection of our leadership. The King of Cups he's the master, and he has to be kind and compassionate. We have to have a kind and compassionate leadership. So let's say we don't have that at a high level in our country. Well, let's get it in our corporations. Let's get it in our companies. Let you be a compassionate person. We need to have more compassion and more love. I think we've lost that. In the division of our country, we've got hatred first. The King of Cups is changing emotionally, and it's stable emotions. Okay, it's very stable. He's very, very controlled in his emotions. They're not out of control. So I think that is just a little bit of how I view some of these world events and use the tarot to gain more insights. And that will help me every day. Even if it doesn't look pretty, it's still valuable information.